Good evening, everybody. It's time again for the Tricktrades video watch list. And today I'm going to do a little bit differently, and I'm going to include my trade recap all in one, kind of an all-in-one type of thing until I can get, I have a new internet provider coming out, but they take forever to get out here. So until that happens, this is how we'll do it. That way everyone's happy. So I'm going to do my trade review first. So let's get into it here. First trade I took right out of the gate was IMNP. I took it short. It didn't really work out. I made a little bit on it, but we'll kind of zoom in here. One second, guys. Sorry. Yeah, you can tell there was just no volume. I was expecting a little bit more volume to it, but I mean, a short's a short. It worked out. But anyways, okay, my entry was 325. So I got in a little bit late. I'm experiencing a little bit of lag with the internet as well as with all the programs running. So it's a little bit slow, but that's fine. It was a decent enough entry. I gave it a little bit of time, and then I peeled it off at my close price was 316.8. So I made a few cents off of it. Nothing serious. Just pulled it off. It really wasn't worth keeping. So that's what it is. Next trade, Mbrx. I took that short. Basically out of the gate as well, thinking it was going to die because it was looking that way pre-market here. So we'll go off the 5-minute chart, just makes it a little bit easier to see. So my short entry was 304. So I got in for that the impending break of 3, and then I wanted to give it a little bit of time here to break the red to green area. So I took a loss at 315.9. Is what it is. I was going to scale into this, so there wasn't a lot of shares involved. So I mean, that's fine. My next trade was SPEX. And I took that long. Just a really small scalp on that one at 350, 349.7, and just I got out at 354.5. Didn't like the price action. And then my next trade on the name. One sec, I got something in my way here on my other screen. Next trade on the name was SPX short. And I got in at 362, and I took it for basically exactly 30 cents at 332. So that was a really nice short, and I ended up taking a nice size position on it. So really, really good day on that. I took one more trade on SPEX. I took it long, and I took it from 351 for the break of 350. And I got out at 380, so nice 30 cents again on that. Really, just a really nice day. Oh yeah, and then my last trade was Cnat, and this was a beautiful play, beautiful fucking play. I got in. Oops, that's why it looked weird. Volume didn't come in until later. I took it for the 6 break, so it popped up. I got it on the dip. I caught it at Cnat 603. I caught a fill, and I sold half basically right at the fucking top here as it started going parabolic. I got out at 25 for half my position. And then I kind of let the rest of the half play out. And it was kind of flirting with breaking out of this trend line here. Here, I'll draw that for you here. 1 sec. yeah, it was looking like it was going to break out. It broke out a trend, but it really didn't do too much. So I peeled it off at the end of the day. Made a nice gain on that. That was a nice catch, and here's why I really liked it. Cnat was a multi-day breakout at the whole dollar, and it's filling a gap. So tomorrow, I believe there's still going to be a play in it, and it's going to be part of my watch list for tomorrow. So yeah, that's the trade recap for the day. So I'm going to reset all of these. One quick sec, and then we'll get into the video watch list. Give me some feedback on how I'm doing it for right now. I mean, there's really not much I can do about it, but okay. So now it's time for the video watch list for June 30th, and let's get right into it here. Spex. This piece of garbage made me a lot of money today, but nonetheless, it's a piece of garbage. The promotion ended today, so we do expect this to die off. I hope there's no dip buyers on this for tomorrow. I mean, come on, you fucking dip buyers, cut it out. So I'll be watching short for this. I'll be looking for that first red day scenario on it in the pre-market. NXTD. This had a really nice run up at the end of the day, and after hours, I mean, it got as high as 356 in that area. It broke over the 200 SMA, which is a very strong sign. But if you look at the daily, it is a downtrender. So what do you want to do with a downtrending stock? You want to short the pops. So there could be a continuation on this. So I don't think we're going to have a short out of the gate unless it really ramps up pre-market. If this really gaps up, I will be watching short right out of the gate. But could look for a continuation to the long side, potentially for that 3 break. After hours, it closed at 291. So that should be a nice play. Cnat, I kind of went over this in the trade recap. You kind of know the story. Multi-day, whole dollar break, fill in a gap. Should be really good. Closed over the 50 SMA as well. Really strong. CBI, this had a really nice day. It had a nice green day. It couldn't close over the 50 SMA here. So, I mean, that's not the greatest sign. But it's still bullish nonetheless, right? So definitely could look for the 22 break on it. But I think I would want it over a little bit better than 22. Like somewhere in that area, 22.15, somewhere in there. It's up a little bit after hours at 21.78 and closed at 21.57. So, I mean, that's always a good sign. So, if you're watching that. Mbrx, anyone that's in the room knows that I was a little choked that I ended up missing this play because, as you may or may not know, I love playing Mbrx. There's always a play on it at least once a day. So I will be watching on this. You can tell on the daily it bounced right off the 5 EMA, which is a bullish sign. It's holding trend very well. So I'll be looking for a continuation play to the upside. I don't think I'll be watching short on it, so I'm hoping to possibly catch a dip into maybe this area. Pre-market would be nice to go long into, and I won't be risking too much because I mean if it breaks this area, there's a lot of support here on the daily at that area. So I mean if that breaks, it's most likely going to go down to about the 16 area, potentially fill this gap. But I am watching long on this. AMD. It filled this gap. This gap is now full. We could get a bounce, or we could get a continuation to the downside, which would fill the second gap and down to the 50 SMA. So definitely be watching that. Mbrx, they're exercising some warrants. They also have an offering out. I have the offering price. You'll have to do your own digging, though. I don't want to give you all the answers, right? So there will be a little bit more downside to this, I'm thinking tomorrow, but the SSR is still on, so it could be a little tricky. Yeah, but there is a little bit more downside on the daily. After hours, it did break the 5 EMA, so I mean that's pretty bearish. But we also have the 200 SMA right below it. But I mean, Jesus, it'll break that. It'll break that. I know the price of it, and that's going to act as support. So there is some more downside to it. So I will be watching short. Kara. Look at this. There were some mixed reviews of their phase 2 data. And I've done videos about overreaction plays before. If you go through my YouTube, you'll know that I do like overreaction plays, and this is definitely one. I mean, look where it closed today at, right? 25.56, and I mean, it's way down here. Holy Jesus, man. Like, that's a big overreaction. I mean, yeah, the news was kind of bad, but I mean, it wasn't that bad. I mean, that's a big hit. That's a big hit. It's 30%, man. That's a big hit for a few minutes, right? So it did bounce off of the 17, so that's going to be the big level. We'll see what it does pre-market. If I can get a dip to 17, I will definitely long that. I believe there's going to be a lot of support in that area, so I'll be really looking forward to see what price action is like pre-market, because I do expect there to be quite a bit of price action and a little bit of volume going on in the morning. So yeah, that's it, folks. I hope to see everyone again tomorrow. I love how chat's doing. Love the people in it. Again, I can't thank Mo enough, and Leslie Ann and Nico. I mean, you're all great, and all the fucking members. I mean, you know I love you. Especially you, Marlo. Anyways, I'll let you guys go, and have a good night, and I will see you in the AM.